What real test are you coming
You'd be
I
surprised.
beg
in?
your
Like,
pardon.
You get a
I
nice
see.
place that you can use pretty regularly.
I just wanted to, real quick before we adjourn, I
Oh,
wanted
yeah,
to.
I got other business.
Oh, good, all right.
Yeah, we got a couple of things that really should be, we should settle.
All right, let's go.
All right, well, at the last meeting, we talked about the RFP for the audit for the borough. So I went out and I researched, trying to get bids for it. However, here, I'm going to give you a copy of the letter here. If you could pass this around. Here, actually, you can pass it this way. Here's the next. Oh, I need these too. So I talked to the borough manager in Bristol to see if I could reach out to different auditing firms. And I got responses right back. However, this one auditing firm kind of made it clear that since we already have an independent auditing firm, that we should utilize that, because if a new company would come in, the cost, which is in that letter, would be about a $4,000 difference, because they're not doing business with us. And again, what she stated in that letter, that it's not like it's our auditor, it's an independent auditor. So we'd be saving money by using the individuals we have. And the second letter I showed you is what they would produce for the $13,000 instead of $17,000.
That's the
And he could start that as a, because they have to do the DEC. That's the problem. If we get an audit from a different company, they will do a DCED audit and a financial audit. Our firm that we hire now does our DCED audit, so we'd be paying for 2 DCED audits.
Got it.
This way we pay for the one audit.
Yeah, so we get it made, in that letter it states that he has a schedule, he will start that like May, finish the DCED audit on April 31st, and then start the financial audit. And all he needs is approval from, well, we don't need approval, we just need if that's all right with the
I
council.
see a $6,000 figure, where are you getting 13?
No, that's just for the DCED audit.
Oh, yeah, you missed page
Yeah,
But you
2.
gotta have any.
No, that's just the DCED.
Yeah, we've got a page 3, we got page 1.
Oh,
And are they going to include the library in this?
too?
Bob?
sorry about that.
Will they include the library audit?
Somebody got,
Did anybody get 2 of this one?
it would be the whole,
Yeah,
from what I was told, it's,
So that would include the library audit too?
I would imagine, so I can check that out before the price. But regardless, no matter what, it would be more money for us to use another audit.
But it's required by the state.
I mean, we can get that started sooner than later.
Find out about the library too, because we have.
Yeah, I definitely will find out.
Peter Place did the library audit before.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's because it's required by state law.
Right, but I'm just assuming what they already do for us.
So again, we'd be paying, if we bring another firm in, we'd be paying for 2 DCED audits. And it would be like 20-something thousand in the long run, because we already had it done that 6,000.
This is just a financial audit.
No, I think it's a time audit.
Is it a time audit too? That's good. Not a bad price.
So if we kept Peter Place, it would be 13,000. If we went to the other firm, it would be 17. However, we'd still be paying Peter Place the 6,000 for,
The
The
DECD audit.
DCD, right.
And maybe the library audit.
and financially, I would just, like, because they're independent, that's how she explains in that letter. That they are independent, so it's not like it's our guy or anything.
Right.
So what do you need? Do you need a vote on this?
No, you asked for an RFP, so I just wanted to run this past because this way I can just move forward and get the audit done.
scope of work that they're gonna be including in it? Total of everything.
I think the letter from B and Bergvall, it explains it there. It'd be
We don't have the second page.
No, there isn't
No,
a
they
say,
don't.
I sent the letter from the, what's her name, Cindy, that states what it would cost if we use their firm.
That was the
I
cost.
think she's talking about this one.
Yeah,
Just
just,
current
usually they'll give you a scope of work of what
Oh,
they're-
Right.
what
I'm
they're
sorry.
doing.
Right.
Well, it's just only as a reference, and
It's not something you need to get the 3 bids on?
well, that's what I was asking,
No, you
just
don't.
saying, it's kind of, you know.
You don't have to get 3 bids on this.
Well, these people said flat out,
Right.
don't use us, don't use anybody but the people you're paying for that DCE grant.
Oh, that's, yeah.
You're gonna pay for it twice.
If it's all right with council, we can get the contract signed, and we can move forward.
That's fine. It's not something we just vote on.
We have,
Council President signs contracts.
Yeah.
Is it going to,
Well, no, but for your meeting.
Well, you requested
I'm
it,
sure
so
I
I
do.
just figured I'd do my due diligence and make sure that, you know,
and this is gonna include the manager's report at the end?
It's with every audit you get a management letter. That's part of the audit. Matter of fact, without the added management letter, you don't have an audit, because you don't know what's wrong. They tell you what to do, they give you the deficiencies, the major and the minor.
So you didn't get actually any proposals in, this was just a letter from them saying that that's what they recommend?
well, they just told, in that letter, she said it would be $17,000,
That's the other one.
yes.
that's for this one.
And Mr.
That does
Dillon,
not, that does not include the DCED audit, that's 17,000.
no, that includes that.
That includes it.
But we'd get that anyway, so we're paying.
We're gonna be paying twice for
Yeah, I
that.
know. And you just had an audit done of your, what do you call it?
For 2015.
Right.
And you had the audit done for the year.
So the $6,000 for Lopez would be for the audit plus the time and the manager's report?
No, I think that's just the DCED.
That's just.
No, the 6,000 is just the DEC. I think, I'm sorry, I don't have the other one, but, I mean, if you would like to wait after, I can give you, but I don't know if it's a detail, but Peter said it'd be 13,000.
So there's the 4,000 difference, I should say.
Yeah, plus we need to pay it twice,
We do it for
13,000.
13 versus the other firm gave you a price of 7.
Correct, plus we'd be paying again for,
Yeah, you get a duplication.
That's what I'm saying.
So it makes the total price 26 or 23,000?
Yeah, well, you had to go out and get the DCD audit, that's 23,000.
I mean, I would have known that if I'd been through this before, however, just one of the things learned about this.
The scope of your duties, I believe.
What's that?
I believe,
Yeah, I mean, I'm just, like I said, I want everything open and I'm not, like I said, that she said to me several times, that our company is independent.
Lopez does the MMA too, correct?
He does for you.
MMA also?
I don't know, we paid for the MMAs.
No,
No, we pay for it, the
No,
MMA
it's
pays.
just-
Right, right, but I
It's
mean,
the same company, I'm saying.
Same company.
that's not part of the 13,000.
No. Our audits are a little more expensive.
Yeah.
More
You do a good
technical,
job.
physical.
And they work, we put a lot more money, we have millions of dollars.
But I mean, the scope of the audit is more
Yeah,
technical and physical.
really.
It's standard what you look for, it's just.
yes, it's the UCC inspections.
You want to pass them on over?
Oh, well, it's really nothing, I can explain it. I
Okay.
just wanted to see what you wanted to do with this first. You wanna move forward with it?
I think we should go for the best bang for our buck.
Anybody has any, I don't want anybody to have hard feelings.
Why would you have a hard
What are we
feeling? That's
doing?
what
I'm
you're
just
doing.
saying.
Just going with the auditors that audited us last year, that have our systems in place.
Save
Just the
money.
UCC inspections.
No, that's the next thing on the
Oh.
agenda here.
No, he's gonna find things that need to be corrected, they always do.
I don't know if anybody ever met Peter Price, but it seems
He
very.
doesn't always come himself, sometimes he has somebody else.
Now we're ready for the UCC.
Yes.
So no objections to using our firm that we appointed? All right,
I'd
so,
like to see whatever their actual letter was, what they're gonna do though. Just what this price is.
Can you put all 3 pages of the letter into the box?
yeah, I could probably go down and get it. I don't know why, I just put it in the whole thing.
It was probably
It's probably double-sided, we single-sided.
He tells you in the audit objective what he's gonna do.
Yeah, but they're saying there's a page missing.
No, I'm talking about,
All right, so we'll
This-
move on.
Yes.
All right. Last time, well, like I said, I think in January, we had a meeting about since Gilmore was not a full-service engineering firm, there was several things they did not do. So the council advised me to go out and get RFPs on UCC inspections. However, I had Lorraine reach out to all the lower bucks. There was Keystone Inspection Services and Builder Inspections Underwriters of PA that we tried to get a price on. They will not take any more clients. We have an individual coming tomorrow that does UCC inspections and electrical inspections. However, I just believe, and this is just my belief, that with the current individual that we have now, the RVB, they're full service. They do the UCC, their pricing is $68, which is compatible to anyone else. However, the electrical inspection, the reason that's why I want to bring it up, the MMA is having a project done at the sewer plant. It's a screeners they're putting in, and they need an electrical supervisor. So until we get an electrical inspector, certified inspector, we're gonna be holding up the project. And this is, I do have a letter from John Melinda stating that we need to address this as soon as possible. So, again, it's just something I want some advice from council on. Do you want to continue to search for a UCC and ICC? However, we already have one in place that, from what I see, is, we do have a rate fee on
And are
that.
they fine with us continuing in their employ, or the other way around?
Well, I haven't asked them for electrical, but the
They're still doing
UCC, yes.
UCCs?
'Cause
I think we have to clarify why the MMA is making some certain structural changes which require inspections by the borough for these structural changes. So the MMA inspectors cannot inspect it. It has to be done by the borough, the same
Yeah,
way.
borough has to, it's like any other project.
It's like any project, like when the fire department, they had certain things done, we had to get an inspector specifically for that. This is the same thing. The MMA cannot inspect its own work, essentially is what they're
And it's
saying.
to protect the borough, so I think, and this is only my advice, I would rather have somebody who knows the facility.
And they're at will anyway, right? If we find someone better, we could appoint someone else.
It's not a permanent
But
job.
I think
It's
this
an
is the
inspector.
problem when we hired a engineering firm, that we did not make sure that they were a full service. So that's why we're running into this problem. And
So did you
I-
only
not a problem. There's no cost
RFP
difference.
came back?
No, two.
There's no.
Well, no, nobody in Lower Bucks County is taking any more clients, because apparently every local municipality is doing this on the private side.
Yeah, they're costing it out because it's
And I did
expensive to
check
get your
with
own.
Keystone. Keystone didn't even call us back for a month. And then through Kurt Schroeder, I found, we ended up getting the IDU company. They're not taking any more clients. However, I do have another company that's coming tomorrow, and I'll give you.
This is for electrical.
But you said the company that we have now is comparable, the rates are comparable.
Yes, and actually, we had to make them freeze the rate. They were gonna raise it,
Okay,
but I told them that if they raise the rate, we're not gonna use it.
okay.
So,
All right, well, I guess
I think it would be
if it's comparable and they know,
I mean, we have a fee schedule on Remington Verdant Beach, so, I mean, it's not like we don't know what the price is.
right.
So they're gonna do both the electrical and the UCC, right?
Yes, until we, like I said, we could always down the road,
Right,
if we ever decide that, I mean, that's something that we, as council, you want to make sure that whenever you would hire an engineering firm, that you would want to make sure that they have, and nothing against Gilmore, it's just that they're not full service.
Yeah, but you would get charged out for that
All
anyhow.
right, yeah, a lot of the
It's not
engineering,
free.
That's a separate charge, no matter what.
Well, no, the UCC does it at no cost to the borough.
Right.
That's at the cost of the individual who does. And
Yeah,
I
but
think
no, what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter, if you hired Beach, the price would be the same as if you're going out and contracting it out yourself. You're not paying anything more or less.
No.
The cost to us is the same, and it's actually the client that gets charged back.
Yes. And the other company is
well, if
First
time is a
PA.
factor, if time is a factor and the rates are comparable, I'd say we stick with who we
Time
have.
is a factor only for the MMA project.
yes.
Like Fred said.
That's
Down the road,
if you
down
want
the
the
road, we
water.
can revisit
Like I
it.
said, I'm meeting with this guy tomorrow, I can
Right.
get his rates, and if they're, you know, because I think that's what the objection, I mean, the
Objective.
mission, the objective of council was, is to make sure that we're business friendly. So, again, that's, I think
what's it got to do with an outside company? We're not business friendly.
Oh, just so we have one on.
well, we don't want to be able to, we charged them, just saying they were $112, and we could have got Keystone for $35. We want our contractors to be able to save money by doing business.
The
Right.
contractor pays for it.
Right.
Well, yeah,
And I think that's where Danielle was going with that when she asked if we could get RFP on that. So she wants us to be more or less business friendly, so,
Right.
and,
Well, you want the best price for that.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you're just gonna wanna put business in if they're gonna get.
That's
if they're
correct.
calls for fees, correct?
Right.
and as like John Longacre said that night about,
But I don't think a $68 fee when someone's putting hundreds of thousands of dollars is going to charge somebody
No,
away.
that's not bad. That's bad.
we can move on with them two
No,
things.
I'm surprised I said, I thought, honestly, I thought it was going to be
Some
$5.
municipalities are not, and a lot of the engineering companies, because I talked to Kurt too, they don't do that UCC anymore, because it's not cost effective for them to do it.
No.
It's easier for them to do the other big things, and then your municipalities are just outsourcing that.
Yes,
Because otherwise you're paying for a lot of money. for
well,
that stuff
I
to
think
get done.
Morrisville at one time even researched that, and they found out it was cheaper to let the engineering firm do that.
Right.
Well,
Because you have to have school, you have to have, like Bobby would have to go to school and
Right.
he
Oh,
would
that's
miss some
horrendous.
time, yeah. it's-
Just the time.
Ben Salem, I know, they did that, so, I
Oh,
mean,
yeah,
they
that's
have.
They have a lot of personnel there.
yeah, Bristol actually has a company that we talked to,
Well, they
them,
use,
outsourced.
I think they use Keystone,
They do,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, talk
so
to
they're
them.
overwhelmed at this point. so.
Yeah, they do that, and then they have someone in-house that actually just delivers any citations, but they don't do any of the enforcing stuff. Any of the ordinance checks, any of that, that's all done by the company, which was more cost effective to do that. Who's not paying all the benefits and high salaries, and
Correct.
it's getting dumped because they're keeping up on all the ordinance changes. So that's the difference.
I do have one more thing too. Sorry. This is just a note. The borough, this is nothing to do with me, this is just how it's been for, I guess ever, they said. A reminder for Borough Council and the Mayor, again this year, the Morrisville Municipal Authority has President's Day as a holiday and will not be staffing the office of Borough Hall due to the fact that the MAA will not be in the offices as in the past. The borough staff will be using one of their personal days to take the day off.
Okay.
So,
Which is why our meeting next week is Tuesday.
that's correct.
I believe this agenda is set for a week from today. We can have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion on the matter? All those in favor say aye.
And let's see who won the primary.
Oh.
Well, I did my homework.
Trump and Bernie.
Who?
Trump and Bernie.
You know that already? Yep. How do you know that? You're guessing.
He's got a phone in his pocket, come on, it's
I want to be difficult.
You're good at that.
Was it big with the margin?
I don't know what the margins were, but they announced that it was going to be Trump and Bernie for.
Oh, it's going to be fun.
Oh, it's gonna be really
Oh,
good.
that's the new system. This is early.
I don't know how we're coming down the hall. Oh, yeah?
The question is how it's paid for and whether that makes sense.
We took
I get that, I would want to know
Employment agreement after.
but to get a phone.
It's not a pleasant job.
From him, I have to explain myself.
Oh, really?
So, I'm a big girl.
8 years,
I have conversations all by myself.
State?
cute thing was, I would spend it with my son. Well, he was in 6th grade when I finished. He thought he should be in school too.
You've got a long road ahead of you. When I'm getting a phone call about it, now, I would have gone and said something to Joe myself about it. So, I just didn't appreciate getting a phone call saying, I can't believe you said that. When he didn't hear the entire conversation. That's my problem. You went to your brother-in-law, his brother-in-law went to someone else, he went to someone else. You didn't say anything. Right, but my conversation with you should stay between you and
Last year, just doing it, so a guy comes off the ice and jumps into
Yeah, but all
the visitors area.
Refs are trying to push them off to get avoid that.
that actually said, it's not the easy.
Try to take that out of the game, but you know what, as I grew up,
You watch them and you look at the NFL.
He's like, it's a huge fact.
You look at the
And I voiced my opinion to him, and I told him he's rushed out. And he understood it was on. My conversation with you.
The interview.
I do to an extent, but if I'm
I'm surprised you didn't get that. Well, I would have never picked Carolina Panthers.
I get that,
Never in a million
but it's
years.
the whisper down the
Why
hall.
look at the other team?
Those are
I
the
don't like the whisper down the
No,
hall.
they're good to show
I
you.
have
Just
a
to show
problem
you
with
what,
something.
after all these years, we can't
Having a
manage.
conversation with
Most
you about
likely
it,
his last game.
I
You
expect
can't
that
lose to learn
conversation.
something. It's even, I never spent any trouble. Regardless of what you like paper or not. Everything about kids.
But you had two teams that had like the #1 ranking defense.
You know, deep down line, the guy who was the defensive coordinator was the protege of Jim Johnson.
And when he died, I always had gut feeling that it made the other coach look good. But when he was said it, the team went.
I said that everybody said about Kelly, I'll admit, I drank the Kool-Aid. I really did, I thought it was a fancy team.
Down to the base, it's because it's.
So I admit it, but the other thing is that with Andy Reid, I never expected that to fall. He was great. This year I look like.
It's on top of the
That Sean McDermott, man.
That probably
Really knows that.
And that was my understanding.
I don't know who this new guy is.
cars down there.
Tell Jimmy Johnson.
I still believe it's a lot of the coaching, it's a lot of the people that got into the NFL, very talented people to get there.
Yeah, because we used
Do you have
to.
that second page?
This is how it.
No, I must have it downstairs. I'm gonna stop it, I'm gonna ask.
You got a guy that thinks the guy's doing all this stuff to control the team.
Because we didn't realize it was.
I was shaking him, but it's nice to hear you.
Couldn't